Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today's topic is from individuality to universality. Divine unity of Rumi does not mean that everything is God, but God is manifest in every creation. He follows the Islamic Sufi concept that God is behind every phenomena. A drop from the sea doesn't mean that it is sea. So Rumi chooses the individuality from internationality or universality. Rumi claims that this Mathnawi is a shop of unity. Mathnawi ma dükkanı vahdet است غیر وحدت هرچه بینی آن پوت است. Our Mathnawi is a drop or shop of unity, and everything that sees other than that is idolatry. جهد کن تا نیست هست شوی. Try to be existent from non-existent. و شراب خدای مست شوی, and be intoxicated by the wine of God. This is what he suggests in order to see universality. You have to drink from the wine of love of God. Then he says, Dardo meiz baula dar la ilaha illallah ta ruhi Allah bind و ویران کند جسد را. Give us the wine of above the other world, of the other world. There is no God but He, that kind of wine. So that it may begin to see Holy Spirit and destroy this physical body. If you want to finish the physical phenomena, you have to be drunk with the wine of universality of God. Then he says, sometime I'm a Turk, sometime I'm an Indian or a Negro or a Roman. Oh, sweetheart, my dear, it all depends on your manifestation. This is from Divan. عاشقان کل نه عاشقان جز ماند از کل آنکه شد مشتاق جز. Rumi suggests that you should not be lost in individuality. You must travel towards totality. So he says, he who is in love with parts and not the totality fails to reach wholeness of God. So you should try to struggle to finish your individuality and travel towards universality. And for this reason, Rumi brings the story of grapes and 4 friends. These 4 friends are from different countries. A certain man gave a dirham to these workers. There are 4 workers. And they start fighting. One says, I want angur, who's Iranian. The other, who is Arab, says, no, I don't want angur. I want unab. And they say, no. The Turk says, no, I don't want any of these. I want üzüm. And the Greek said, no, these are rubbish. I want strafil. So this fighting started. A wise man who knew all these languages came in and said, stop fighting. Please give me the money, I solve the problem. He took the money and went to the shop and brought grapes. They all meant grapes by the same word. Now in this world, we say Bhagwan, Devta, Tanrı, Khuda, Allah. We all mean the same person or same identity. And this is why people are struggling for these words. Rumi says, stop these words, come to the target. If you love God, forget fighting. And then we are Butparasti chubimoni dar sur, suratash beguzaro darmoni negar. You are idolater if you are stuck to outer shapes. Leave them aside and come to their inner shape. Go inside. Open the box of the physical phenomena. And he brings an example of the Hajj, of Hajis. Marde Haji, Hamray Haji Talab, Khwa Hindu, Khwa Turk, Ya Arab. The person who is going to Hajj doesn't care if his friend with him, the traveler, is an Indian, a Turk, or an Arab. Who cares? Manegar andar naksh or andar rangyu. Don't look at his face, his features or color. Bingar andar azmu dar ahangyu. Look at his what he is decision in, what he is in mind. And don't bother about his shape, other things. So this Rumi in this way is trying to bring people together like the Haji do. They don't care, but they care for your intention. The intention inside, where you are going and what are you doing. Ger siyah astu o ahang tust tu sapidash khon ke ham rang tu. Even if he's a black man, Negro, whatever, but inside he's white because he's thinking like you to go to Hajj. So you have a kind of unity towards God. That's a very good example, metaphor. And then Rumi is trying to say about a man who's like a thorn. A thorn doesn't like spring. He doesn't care about the spring, autumn, summer, or whatever. Thorn is thorn. So Rumi says, Khawribi mani, khizan khawhat khizan, tazanat pehlu khud ba gulistan. The attention of the thorn is to be somewhere outside the garden. He doesn't care to go in because it's a thorn. And he just wants to stand up there, grow there outside the garden. For a thorn, autumn, spring, or whatever, doesn't mean anything. A non-believer is like a thorn. He doesn't care whether he's in the garden or outside garden, or it is autumn or spring. He said, please stop. I want to live in this world. That's all. So this is the situation of a non-believer, what Rumi tries to explain. But root of everything comes from the other world, the energy, real energy, divine energy and divine aura comes from the other world, says Rumi. Kashrha bar ruy in aabe ravan as samore bagh ghaibi shuddavan. The floating fruit skins on the running water come down from the fruits of a hidden garden. These are, if you have seen the skin of a fruit coming on the water floating, it means there is a garden behind it. So you must, now scientists are trying to discover what's universe, where it comes from. So Rumi was telling this idea was, 850 years ago. And then he, in jahan neest chu hastan shude, va on jahan hast, bas pinhan shude. Ever since this non-existent world has come into being, the other world in existence is hidden from our perceiving, from our seeing it. Then what? This world is like dust playing on wind and carried away by forming forms and veils. It performs a play. Rumi says that this is all a play, that God has created for us to hide the reality so that you look for it and you have a strong intention to discover God. The feelings should burn inside you. The heart should burn to find who is He that is doing it. Now, science is believing this, it's discovering this, that all the universe is under some program. We got microcosm and macrocosm. This microcosm mind looks like the macrocosm. They have all unity. Neurons' action is like the action of the universe. There is some similarity and unity between them. So we're talking about the unity of God in this way. And then he continues and says, Cheshme his aspasto nur hak sawar, bisawar ra asp khud nawyat bakar. The physical eyes is like a horse, and the light of God is the rider. And if there is no rider, horse is useless. So everything is being ridden by God. And you don't see God. And he says, see the hand who is hidden, but something is written. That hand is not visible, but the writing is clear, it's visible. So whatever is written in the universe and the all world and physically is written by a hidden hand. That hidden hand is God's power. So he continues further on. Tir paran bino na peyda kuman, janha peyda penhau jan jan. Watch the flying arrows while its bow is concealed. The bow is not visible. Bodies are visible while the soul of souls is unrevealed. You don't see soul of God, but you see the arrow going, but there is somebody who is throwing the arrow of the universe. This is what Rumi is trying to explain. And Rumi says all the prayers go to the same spot. Like, Madha shud jumlagi amikhte, kuzaha dar yak lagan dar rikhte. All praises and prayers join rapidly. As jars are emptied in a vessel finally, the jars are, okay then, because the praised one is one, He, so all the prayers goes to Him. There's no need of fighting. This is my belief, this is your belief. The unity belief is different. This is what Rumi believes in. Ey dilao manzur haq angashavi, pass to the totality, Rumi says, to universality. Then this all fighting will stop. He says, Ey dila manzur haq angashavi, ke chun juzvi suye kul khud ravi. O dear heart, you are accepted by God only when your individuality is lost in the universality. As God says, I look at the hearts of people and not at their shapes and features. Rumi says God does not look at your face, He looks at your hearts, what your feelings are. That's a wonderful idea. And God says in the Quran, you have come from me and you shall return to me. So everybody will go to Him, either Hindu, Muslim, whatever. And God continues in the Quran, God is knower and hearer. He who wants to reach God will certainly meet Him. This is the promise of God in some way. So, all religions and believers worship the same God. Rumi in his discourses says, prayers may differ in performance, but they are same in meanings. The lamps can be different, but the light is one. So he brings this example. ده چراغ ار حاضر آری در مکان هر یکی باشد به صورت غیر آن. If you place 10 lamps in a place, they may look different, but the unity is in the light. So is this universe, people. They may look different with different religion, but their light of belief is same. That's what Rumi is trying. And he brings another example. Gar tu sat se o sad abi bishumari sad namayad yak shavad chun befashari dar maani qismat wad awdat neest dar maani tajziye u afrad neest. If you count 100 apples and pears, they are 100 in shape. But when you crush them down, they become one and the same. There are neither divisions nor parts in the spiritual world. There is no partiality or personality ties there. There is one and the same. If we believe the Big Bang Theory, in Big Bang Theory we started from the one spot and God created many things around. But when they come together, like the apples, they become one. See how Rumi is seeing this centuries before? He felt it. And this is really, and then he brings the story of Jesus Christ. Very interesting one. Rumi brings this story of Jesus, of jars. Jesus' mother sent Jesus to work with a dyer, and the dyer is giving training to Jesus for coloring or dyeing the clothes. One day, the master had some business to do, and he said, please, you take care, but don't put all the clothes in one jar because they're in different colors. Put them in different jars. However, when the master goes away, Jesus puts all the clothes in one jar. And when he came back, he was very angry. He said, what have you done? I said, don't be angry, sir. Then he took all the clothes from one jar in the same color he wanted them to dye. So, I mean white, red, or whatever. He was shocked. He said, sir, there is no color. There's one color of God. That's white. And he created this different color. So, no fighting. Again, okay. Then and we are coming to the end with this verses which I love very much. Gar bau hamai chubi mani bi hamai, var bi hamai chu bamani bau hamai. If you are with everyone, actually you are with none. But if you are with none, but with me, you are with everyone. Thank you.